On a quiet Tuesday in early 2024, a man named Nolan Arbaugh sat in his chair and played a game of chess. To a casual observer, it looked like he was just staring at the screen. But Nolan is a quadriplegic. He hasn't moved his hands in 8 years. On that day, the mouse moved because he thought it should. Fast forward to right now, in 2026, Nolan isn't a miracle anymore. He's a pioneer. He is one of the first 21, the initial group of humans who have officially merged their consciousness with silicon. Today, we aren't talking about if brain implants will happen. We are talking about the fact that they are happening, they are scaling, and the capabilities of the modern N1 implant have evolved far beyond what even Elon Musk predicted 5 years ago. This is the breakdown of the modern Neuralink, the engineering, the telepathy, and the looming reality of a world where thinking is the only skill you need left. To understand the capability, you have to understand the hardware. If you open up a 2026 model Neuralink N1, you aren't looking at a traditional circuit board. You're looking at 1,024 electrodes distributed across 64 ultra-thin threads. Now, when I say thin, I'm not talking about a wire. I'm talking about something so small that if you laid it on a table, you couldn't see it with the naked eye. These threads are 4 to 6 micrometers thick. For context, a human hair is about 100 micrometers. You might ask, why so many? Why so thin? The answer is bandwidth. Previous brain implants, like the Utah array, were like trying to listen to a symphony through a thick concrete wall using a single microphone. You get the gist of the music, but the detail is gone. Neuralink's 1,024 channels are like putting a microphone on every single instrument. But there's a problem. Human hands are too shaky to sew these threads into a living brain. The brain isn't a static object. It's a pulsating, living organ that moves every time your heart beats. This is where the R1 robot comes in. In 2026, the R1 has been upgraded with real-time motion compensation. It uses high-speed cameras to track the brain's pulse and weaves the threads in between blood vessels with micron-level precision. This isn't just surgery, it's high-speed automated weaving. And the goal for this year? To take the procedure from a specialized hospital event to a 25-minute automated outpatient visit. So, the chip is in. You're healed. What can you actually do? Neuralink calls their first consumer-facing software telepathy. In the beginning, we thought it would just be for moving a cursor, but the 2026 data shows something much more profound. We've seen users like Alex, and the second human participant, achieve things that shouldn't be possible. Imagine you're playing Civilization 6. Usually you think, I want to move my unit. Then your brain sends a signal to your hand moves the mouse sends a signal to the PC, and the unit moves. With the N1, the middleman is dead. The user reports that the cursor doesn't just move when they think about it, it feels like an extension of their own body. In 2026, Neuralink participants are now competing in online matches of Mario Kart and Call of Duty. They aren't in special leagues. They are playing against able-bodied people. And in some cases, because the latency of thought to screen is lower than brain to hand to mouse, they actually have a competitive advantage. But it's not all fun and games. Alex has been using the implant to master CAD, computer-aided design. He designed a 3D printed mount for his Neuralink charger using nothing but his mind. This is the shift from medical patient to digital creator. If you think controlling a mouse is impressive, you haven't seen the Blindsight project. In late 2025, the FDA granted Neuralink breakthrough device designation for a new type of implant. Telepathy is about output, taking signals from the brain and sending them to a computer. Blindsight is about input, taking signals from a camera and sending them into the brain. Here is how it works in the current 2026 trials. If a person is blind because their eyes or optic nerves are damaged, the brain's visual cortex is usually still perfectly healthy. It's like having a high-def TV with the cable unplugged. Neuralink's Blindsight device plugs the cable back in. By stimulating the neurons in the visual cortex directly, they can create phosphenes, flashes of light that the user sees. Right now, the resolution is low. It looks like a low-res black and white LED board. But as the electrode count increases from 1,000 to the rumored 3,000 electrode array coming later this year, that resolution will climb. Elon Musk has gone on record saying that eventually, this sight will not only match human vision, it will surpass it. We're talking about integrated night vision, infrared, and the ability to see things the human eye was never designed to perceive. It's easy to get swept up in the hype, But we have to talk about the thread retraction incident. In the first human trial, Nolan Arbaugh lost about 85% of the signal because his brain moved more than the engineers expected, and the threads pulled out. Neuralink didn't do another surgery. They fixed it with software. They made the remaining threads more sensitive. But this brings up the big question for 2026, biocompatibility. The brain is a hostile environment. It's salty, it's wet, and it hates foreign objects. Over time, the brain creates glial scarring, basically internal scar tissue, to wall off the implant. How long will an N1 last? 5 years? 10? We don't know yet. And then there's the privacy. If a device can read your intent to move a mouse, what else can it read? While Neuralink insists the data is encrypted and stays on the device, the 2026 debate in Congress is already heating up. Do we need neuro rights laws? Can your thoughts be used against you in court? These aren't future questions anymore, they are now questions. As we wrap up this look at Neuralink in 2026, one thing is clear: the line between human and computer is getting thinner. We started by trying to help people with paralysis walk and type, but the endgame has always been what Musk calls human-AI symbiosis. In a world where AI is becoming millions of times smarter than us, the only way to stay relevant might be to plug in. Nolan, Alex, and the other 19 pioneers aren't just patients. They are the first version of what comes next. So, I have to ask you, now that the tech is real, now that the first 21 are gaming and designing and seeing the world through silicon, would you do it? Would you take the link? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching.